I'm gonna just show you every day. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna talk this through. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna just show you every single day, and this is what I'm on. That adversity was going to either make me or break me, which it does most. And I chose make me. I mean, I started with my last, what was it, $1,500 in my bank account.
Really?
Wow.
Cleared it out. Going all in. Literally cleared it out. I had 2 guys who were in sheets. One from uptown Harrisburg, one from the south side of Harrisburg. Both had on Major Prep in sheets. Didn't know each other from a can of paint. Took a picture together, sent it to me.
No way.
Welcome back to the Investor Unite podcast, where we talk all things real estate, business, and entrepreneurship.
If you're looking to ignite your real estate investing, then join us at Investors Unite.
I am super excited for this episode. Literally all day, I just felt the energy.
You were texting the group chat, and you're like, I know this one's about to be crazy.
Yeah, so for you guys that don't know, we have a big special guest, Bryan Majors. He has done so much through literally everything, has a huge brand, Major Prep Apparel, is just building a legacy. Also, dabbling with the real estate out in Atlanta, Georgia. He's a motivational speaker. He's also an author. So just crushing it.
Yeah. I think that's your book at home still.
Yes.
Yeah.
That book's a life changer.
So truly appreciate you hopping on and excited to dive into your story.
Definitely my pleasure. Definitely my pleasure. Thanks for having me. Thanks for thinking about me.
Most definitely.
So it was definitely a pleasure to even be able to be here today. So I'm looking forward to it.
You guys are living under a rock if you don't know who he is. But I do want to say, if you take anything from this episode, just remember to stay focused, remain humble, keep working, keep working, keep working. Let's get it.
That's it. No, truly though, if you don't remember anything from this episode, it's exactly
that's what it's about.
100%.
So let's dive into it.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I was just telling you as soon as we were getting started here was I did see you speak that one time at Zach's meetup down in Harrisburg. And I remember everything you said. I remember your story was very motivational, but it was one of those situations where it's it's not what you said that really mattered. It's kind of how you made me feel.
Right.
And I feel like you had everyone in the audience that day feeling some type of way. It was powerful, man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I still remember that to this day. And that was probably over a year ago or close to it.
And it's funny that you said the motto like that. I mean, I say it pretty often, but even when I go speak all across the world at this point, that's the first thing that's said and the last thing that's said.
Yeah.
Because, again, I want people to have a certain feeling and emotion from start to finish. But also, it's exactly that is when you're in a workshop like that or almost any workshop, even in a classroom or when you're learning something new, it's usually you learn different nuggets or something particularly sticks out. And the way it's received is based upon what you feel.
Yeah.
But there's always those few nuggets that you may take away, and those are those few nuggets that I want to make sure people always
definitely
take away or feel or see and imagine when they see me, when they see the brand is, no matter no matter what you're going through, to always stay focused, remain humble, and keep working. So
how did you come up with that motto?
Oh, man.
Give us the breakdown.
The breakdown.
Yeah.
So the breakdown starts... The whole breakdown or just the motto breakdown?
Let's start with the motto, then we'll go to the beginning of your story.
All right, so the motto breakdown actually started with major work equals major results. That was the brand's first, that's definitely the signature motto.
Yeah.
The motto that took over the brand once I learned about legacy living, once I created that mindset of legacy living was stay focused, remain humble, and keep working. About 2.5, 3 years ago. During COVID, actually. So it was in the midst of me leaving the Globetrotters, betting on myself and writing my book and starting my book tour. And then shortly after, COVID hit and me going into school shut down. And I'm thinking about how I'm going to reevaluate and make some pivots throughout life. And it just came to me, man, stay focused on the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Remain humble as you keep elevating through life, and no matter what you're growing, just keep working to achieve more. So for the last 3.5 years almost-ish, that's been the motto, and we've been standing by it. So
that's awesome.
100%.
I think that's something we forgot to say in the introduction, but Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
This guy done it all.
Yeah. He has done it all.
And this is only the beginning.
This is only the beginning. Still laying the foundation. 36, energetic, great vision. Yeah. It's all coming together now. Good mindset, man.
Of course.
Yeah.
So run us back. Where's the start? You from Harrisburg?
from Harrisburg.
All right, that's what we like to hear.
Harrisburg, PA. Born and raised, youngest of 4 African American men at this point of our lives. Yeah. And my brothers are everything to me. First and foremost, they've been my leaders, my biggest supporters throughout my entire life. I've been blessed to have a phenomenal mother and father up till I was 21. My father passed away, and the motivation since has just been making him proud, making my family proud, making my mom keep smiling while I can see it, and keep making sure I'm keep giving her flowers and her ROI on just her energy that she put out to all of us. So that's been the foundation here at Harrisburg.
I'm sure she's so proud of you.
Yeah, well, she's proud.
She's got to be
proud, and to have 4 young men at this point, black young men, never been in any type of juvenile system, and no type of criminal histories for any of us, or have master's degrees.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Like, she's ecstatic.
Yeah.
She's ecstatic, man. It's a stereotype that we broke, that we take pride in.
Especially coming from Harrisburg.
From Harrisburg.
Yeah.
Like, we were full of distractions. A lot of our friends took different routes.
Yeah.
Some of our closest friends. And we just was able to stay focused and respect their paths, but understand what our paths were for ourselves as well.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
So what direction did your brothers go in?
My oldest brother just finished out his tenure at City Council.
Okay.
His name is Wes Majors. Again, went through high school.
That's a pretty cool name.
Yeah. Wes Majors. So he's been the head of our family, especially since my father died. We call him like a quiet assassin. Like, he's not going to really say much.
Yeah.
But when he speaks, it's like it's powerful.
It's powerful.
Yeah,
it's super powerful. But again, one of those people can always lean on. A powerful resource for all of us. My next oldest brother, Garrett Majors, he went to Harrisburg High School, went to IUP, got his master's as well from IUP, and then he went right into entrepreneurship as well throughout his life. So he was going the agent route for a few years, started to do real estate. So he tapped into that, and he's really turned into a real estate mogul.
Is that awesome. The one in Atlanta, Georgia?
That's the one in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, I got to meet him.
Yeah, he's in Atlanta.
Yeah, take a trip out there.
I know, right? He's rarely ever home. Like, he took a leap of faith about 8 years ago, moved down. He's probably been back less than 10 times.
Really?
Wow. Years. Yeah, he's such a precise person.
Yeah.
So that when he locks into a vision or a goal, like,
it's all
in. His steps
he's
really
like
tactical.
Laser, very tactical, very detail oriented. And he's taught me a lot about that. Like, I'm a little bit more free.
Kind of like the visionary.
Yeah, vision. I'm going to see the vision. I'm going to chase the vision right away.
I know point A to point Z, just like
I'm going to get there.
Yeah, you can get there somehow.
But he keeps me really, really detailed, really, really sharp. And it's a gift and a curse, because I'm like, yo, let me just keep going. We'll figure those other loose ends. It's a super minute detail, but he's so minute, detail-oriented that probably the last 6-7 years of our business, it's been the sharpest it's ever been.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it'd be due to his guidance and sharpness.
Yeah.
And then my twin brother, he went from a state trooper.
Wait, you guys are twins?
I have my actual twin brother.
Yeah, I
actually have a twin brother too.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's even more of a silent assassin as well. Yeah. He's state trooper.
Oh wow!
And he's elevating through those different ranks of life, and he's enjoying every bit of his journey as well.
He's still in the PA area?
Yeah, he's still in the PA area.
That's awesome.
So he does a lot of work.
We're getting pulled over by someone. Look like you. Like, I swear I know you. I swear. We met before.
Right. And then it becomes myself, the visionary, the serial entrepreneur, I call it.
Yeah.
The wild child who has a big, bold, bright vision, and preparing to just help create not even generational wealth at this point, but help my family become one of those 1%ers of the world.
Yeah.
Legacy.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about your brand, because before you guys know, I want to say, make sure you buy his apparel, because at the price it is right now, it's going to be different. It's going to go up. Buy it before it go up. But you're going to be competing with Nike and be even bigger than Nike, per se. So, like, how did that even come about? Like, I know you also were a basketball trainer and still are. Like, did you start with, basketball? I know you grew up, like, playing in high school and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, how did basketball come into Major Prep, come into Major Prep Apparel, and so on and so forth?
That's a great question. And people don't usually ask that question. They just see the different moving parts and, like, figured out that was all just one. But it took time to do that. Exactly that, though, is we started 3 companies at the same time.
Wow.
Which they say don't do.
Yeah.
They usually say, focus on one thing and drive through and make that one thing happen. And that's not what I really believed in. Mm-hmm. It was trying to figure out how to turn all of my passions, my hobbies into profit, into my purpose, and being able to create a life that I would love myself. And that was exactly it. I started my training company called Major Prep Basketball, which I've been training a variety of pro athletes who play overseas.
Yeah.
I had one pro named Lamar Patterson who played for the Atlanta Hawks for a while in the NBA. Countless overseas players, countless high school players, college players from all levels. Mm-hmm. And just from my own background of work ethic and understanding of the game, skills, techniques, I was able to transition and help others understand those same strategies and procedures to elevate their games as well.
Yeah.
And then along with it, we wanted to create a fashion brand that people could resonate with in regards to preparation, understanding the importance and the art of preparation. So we ended up starting with T-shirts and then switched up to shorts and socks and sweatpants. And now we have a whole luxury athleisure line where we're providing luxury athleisure to individuals, companies, churches, schools, state government agencies all across the world.
Wow.
And it's just been a great journey for that as well.
I say that shirt's hard.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's one of our newest ones.
I like it.
From our prep collection. And then lastly, it was Bryan Majors LLC, where I do education, consulting, motivational speaking all over the world.
Yeah.
And we've been able to blend all three into one hub, which is Major Prep LLC right now.
Isn't that awesome? Like having your purpose all in one. Like that's a blessing right there.
Yeah. So it was just finding it early.
Yeah.
Being able to stay focused and keep prepping long enough to turn that purpose and passion and drive into something that can be profitable, but also have a major impact on other people's lives as well.
Nice. So, at what age did you start doing all this?
This was 12 years ago.
12 years ago.
So I was easily early 20s. 23, 24. I was early 20s.
That's
and
crazy. To have that kind of vision and like understand like where you want to go, that's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. So 12 years later, of preparation, of being faithful to the vision, being consistent, we're here now. And it's still ways to go, but we're loving the day-to-day steps and day-to-day wins that we've been having since 2012.
That's awesome. So what does your typical day-to-day look like now?
Oh, man, now it can change.
It's probably all over the place.
Yeah, now
he said Atlanta.
So I'm on the road a lot right now, but the day-to-day look can change pretty often. Mm-hmm. But right now, it's usually I do have a pretty set schedule of knowing what I'm doing day-to-day, where I'm going to be. But it usually starts with that first waking up and prayer first for me, though.
Yeah.
At waking up early enough to where he calls it the golden hour, where it's up that 4:30 to 5 o'clock-ish. Mm-hmm. And then I'm just able not to even touch my phone until after 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Where I can just realign, control my energy, just do what I need to do personally to make sure I'm presenting my best self to the world every single day, first and foremost. Like, it doesn't matter what else is going on around me, how I feel. It's just reevaluating how I feel, what I'm going through, how I'm looking at the world, what my schedule looks like. I'm just able to have that golden hour for myself first, and then being able to attack after that. So then it goes from the gym early enough, again, to get that day started, again, focus on me. Mm-hmm. And then I'm ready for whatever the other days, whatever the schedule presents. Whatever the schedule presents. But that can be from meetings, interviews at this point, getting on some certain phone calls, different athletic directors, whatever the case may be. But usually a nice, compact schedule. And I love it. I love it. I love every bit of it right now.
So it don't even feel like you're working.
It don't even feel like work.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like work at all, one bit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, is it just you or do you have any partners?
So it's a whole family business.
Okay.
It's a whole family business. So we all have different moving parts of the brand. I'm more so the face of the brand. Yeah. But it wouldn't be without my family, without my assistant, Derice Mayhew and Cece Ferris. Yeah. But our team collectively is starting to grow more and more. But without our inner core of my brothers, my mother, Cece, Derice, a few other people as well who really support the vision and the brand. Yeah. Like, that's our team. That's the mold. So I'm nothing without them. They keep me on my straight and narrow. They got to answer my text messages at 2, 3, 4 in the morning on my wild thoughts, and sometimes bring me back to life or tell me put it on the shelf or keep writing it down, and then we attack it when the time is right. But I wouldn't be here without God, without my family, without the team for supporting and keeping me on that straight and narrow path.
So one thing I do remember from when you were speaking at Zach's meetup was you dove deep on preparation.
Yeah.
You did like one thing specifically in regards to like your notebooks.
Yeah.
You want to touch base on that a little bit?
So I'm a big visionary.
Yeah.
So I have so many thoughts that it's hard to ever come back to them if I don't write it down. Like my mind, even sitting here now, my mind goes into just so many different routes of just life. Yeah. I'm saying you guys, the setup and everything is just, I see a vision and it just grows and it just grows. Yeah. So I'm such a big person who writes things down. And to go back to that point, I've been writing things down like my entire life though. Mm-hmm. So I understood, write the vision and make it plain. Mm-hmm. So since 12 years ago when I was starting my business, I really didn't know anything about business. I didn't go to school for business. I don't have any other people in my family who were entrepreneurs. Yeah. So it was just write down your dreams and your goals. I did understand that aspect. And from there, I had a vision of creating a brand that was bigger or big as Nike, Under Armour, and Adidas. Mm-hmm. So I used to research and write things down on their stories of those massive brands at that point. And I would just write down what they were or different thoughts of things that I liked about their brands. And then what I didn't like, I'm like, this is what I'm going to add for Major Prep. Yeah. And I've been writing down goals ever since. And I have a goal book for every single year I've been in business. Still to this point, I'm able to still work on goals right now from like 2022 right now still. Yeah. There's a lot of goals that I achieved. Major goals, day-to-day goals, monthly, weekly, daily goals, which helps grow my confidence of what I can achieve. So I look back through my books and see these goals highlighted in green. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking money, I'm thinking go, I'm thinking resilient, I'm thinking full speed ahead, because I can look back at thousands of goals that I achieved, which keeps me motivated, which keeps me understanding the art of preparation towards fast forward 12 years later where things are today.
You seem like a person that like motivates yourself.
I do.
Yeah. Literally, I told my mom like the other day, I was like looking through my videos, not to be like cocky or anything, but I was like, dang, I just motivate myself.
Yeah. Like I think self-motivation is the biggest and best motivation. Yeah. Because it's not going to always be times where you feel like being on social media or you feel like reading a book or you feel like doing anything else to go look for some motivation.
That's endless motivation right there.
Yeah, it's endless. If you once you find it within yourself, like it's like right now, it's easy for me to wake up, and go work from start to finish, like complete finish of that day, and it might not take super long because now I became so much of an executor that if I'm up at 4 or 5 in the morning, my day isn't going to end until my last goal is complete for that day. Right. Like for that day. So is it
every night you're going through and kind of listing your goals for the following day?
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah, every night I was on my notebook, on my notepad, on my notes on my phone, but I'm writing down my day-to-day, what I have to do. Because when I look back on it, it just gives me that extra confidence, extra push.
Like, I did that.
Yeah. I did that. And I appreciate the small wins. Mm-hmm. I appreciate, and I just stack them up. Mm-hmm. I just stack small wins. Yeah. Stack small wins. So I'm even maybe lacking just an ounce. Nah, I can't lack because look what I already accomplished. Yeah. So I love, like I'm a self-motivator. Mm-hmm. I'm 100% self-motivator.
That's why I got hyped. Yeah. I did that, you know? And
100%.
The thing too, so I think I saw this in a book or something or a video, because before we have team meetings every day, just about every day. And then one of the days I was like, yo, we got to start doing like daily wins. So before our meetings, we always do a daily win. Like everyone in the group, we say our daily wins, and it could be multiple or whatever the case is. And then sometimes, you know, say someone doesn't have a daily win. It's like, no, you woke up this morning, you're breathing, you're alive. That's a win there. Yeah.
And along with that is we have I'm in a couple group chats, and we talk about those same things though. It's we might not do them daily, but it's like weekly. Like, we checking in on each other, and it's, how was your week? Yeah. And it's like you take pride in wanting to have some kind of win to tell everybody for that week.
Yeah, I did.
You know what I mean? So like that's
everyone's like, oh,
yeah. So if them wins are, for a lot of my friends and brothers, they have children. So sometimes the wins are, child was up and dressed every day without crying. Like the wins are wins.
That's a big win.
We take wins, and we don't take any wins as big or small. We appreciate every single win. Yeah.
Awesome. And go ahead.
Oh, no, you're okay. I feel like what you were going to say probably goes along with what you're saying right now.
So, well, I was going to go a little bit different. So I do want to get into real estate. But before we get into real estate, since we were talking about your brand, your clothing brand, like for someone that may want to start a clothing brand, because we never had anyone on the channel, on the podcast talk about it. Like, what would you say the steps are to be able to do so?
The steps that I took, or the steps what I would do today?
How different are they?
Yeah.
They're so different right now. They're so different right now because the way the world is set up now is so trendy.
Yeah.
It's so trendy.
12 years ago, we didn't have TikTok.
12 years ago, TikTok, no social. The social media platforms were there.
Instagram was like starting up.
Yeah, but it wasn't as exposed as it is now.
Right. So I guess what you would do today.
What I would do today is, oh man,
we diving in.
Let's say you're just at home one day, you have this idea pop in your head, you're like, I want to start a clothing brand.
Yeah.
What you doing?
I'm creating my designs.
Okay.
I'm thinking about what my brand stands for, what it means, my target audience, and I'm not buying no inventory.
Yeah.
Very minimum. So I have a few pieces to sell immediately.
Yeah.
But besides that, I'm doing straight mock-ups.
Okay.
100% because it's most cost effective.
Yeah.
Where you can create mock-ups, create your website, create your brand, your vision, your whole nine. And then once you have your social media platforms all involved, you might have a few products on hand for photo shoots. Yeah. But for the most part, it's pre-orders.
Oh, okay. So like a print-on-demand type of thing.
Print-on-demand.
Okay.
I would do things where I might have a extended period of time of pre-orders and then use those few series or drops to create the revenue that I need to be able to have a little bit more inventory. But then from there, it's posting daily still. Yeah. It's letting the people know what your brand means, telling your brand story, hitting every single event possible. Right. Just be able to grow that brand and making sure that your brand means something more than money for you.
Right.
But at the same time, there's so many brands that are in it, make some money, and then you never hear about their brand again.
Yeah.
So it's kind of so many angles away.
So you try to just start out like as cheap as possible, just like
cheap as possible.
Organic marketing.
Yeah.
3D designs, nothing printed out. That's smart.
I would do it that way if I'm starting because again it's.
So what's the difference then from that versus what you did?
So from what I did was my brand, the vision was always not to go from a brand to a lifestyle to what we have now was we created a culture.
Yeah.
So it was the steps. So then it wasn't like a trend. This was if you're starting a brand, like it means something to you.
Yeah.
So when we started Major Prep, that was based off my father passing away. So when we started this brand, it meant so much more than money. It meant more about impact and hope and building people's character, morals, and values and teaching them through the art of preparation on providing them gear and providing them a certain feel. Yeah. Like you said you had during that first time we were at that at Zach's workshop.
Yeah, people tearing up.
And that was what our brand was meant to create, is that emotion, that lifelong memory. Yeah. So then it wasn't just like, it wasn't no trend. Yeah. But now things are so trendy that you can create a dope logo, look, feel.
And you already got the culture, so just catching on the trend should be the easy part for you.
Now and we try to stay ahead of them. Yeah. We try to stay ahead of the trend. There's some trends we don't even tap into. Yeah. Because it doesn't stand with our brand more. It don't align. Yeah. And that's another part is we'll have highs and low months sometimes, but we found a good medium.
Just like a baseline.
Just have a baseline that we always are pretty good at hitting. Okay. But then certain things happen or certain wins happen.
Might take off a little bit. It
just takes off. Yeah. And it grows.
And that baseline goes from here to up here.
It just grows one day at a time for a long time. And that's the difference, I think, between then and now. Then it was bigger than fashion. It's always been bigger than fashion. Yeah. It's been on marketing, but it's always been bigger than fashion. It's been that emotion that people pull from or they have when they experience myself, when they experience a piece from Major Prep. Yeah. That you can resonate with what this brand stands for, how this brand makes you feel versus, I'm just wearing a nice T-shirt. Right. So now I'm wearing a nice T-shirt. It costs a lot of money. You in it, you're cool. You make a dope whatever the case may be, and then hopefully people catch on. And then it's so easy just to stop. Right. we're so deep in it, there's no stopping.
Nah.
There's no stopping.
There's no plan B.
There's nothing else.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to
So
rely on.
have you had any larger corporations, companies come reach out to you and try to do like a collaboration or even possibly buy your company from you?
Nobody tried to buy.
Okay.
And the rate we're going, I don't think we
You
would
would even sell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would do partnerships.
Yeah.
We would do some collaborative work, but we built this brand so strong, so solid
There's a strong foundation.
that there's no way we're selling,
Yeah.
but we would collaborate. We would do partnerships.
Okay.
But my heart and soul is in this. Like, they get this brand,
Yeah.
every ounce of me, that this is like, there's no way to sell it. It's, we going to the top or we going to die trying.
Yeah.
We have to do a collab with some Investors Unite apparel.
Yeah.
Major Prep.
So, I mean, we're literally to the point we're
That'd be
in
tough.
over 117, I think our number is now, different partnerships with companies, churches,
Really?
schools.
That's amazing.
They're doing
All over.
Susquehanna. Yeah.
Like it's all over. Like it's
See?
like
Big
it's
David.
it's like it's
Middletown. It
we
keeps
almost
going.
turned into
taking
a
over.
manufacturing company.
Yeah.
It went from a brand, which we do provide individuals, but we really turned into a manufacturing company.
So do you have a warehouse, or are
We have a
you
mini
going?
warehouse? We have a mini
Okay.
warehouse too. So we cut and sew,
Yeah,
inventory on deck,
that's
do
awesome.
team orders.
Yeah,
Turnaround is pretty extremely fast. 3 to 4 weeks, extremely fast. We provide everybody custom mock-up designs
Yeah.
for their brands, for their companies, whatever the case may be, and it just comes along with the feel and the empowerment of I'm prepping for a real goal at hand here,
yeah,
and when I put this on, I understand that. So it drives them a little bit stronger and deeper into
It means
their
something.
purpose and their passion. So it goes a long way.
and that's like impactful because like when you think of Nike, you think of just do it, but like Major Prep, it's like I'm putting everything into
Everything on the
this.
line,
Yeah,
putting it all on the line,
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
putting it all on the line.
So you said every one of your brothers, including yourself, got a master's degree?
Yeah.
That's crazy. So
Yeah.
what'd you go to college for and like where?
So I went to Susquehanna University on an academic scholarship
Nice.
from Harrisburg High School. Got an academic scholarship. Me and my twin brother both did.
That's amazing.
Wow.
He played football. I played basketball. Then I went to Penn State Harrisburg, where my mom got her master's from Penn State Harrisburg. My oldest brother got his master's from Penn State Harrisburg. I did, and my twin brother.
Oh, dang.
And then my other brother got his from IUP. He was my brother from IUP, the second oldest, but he was the first one with his master's.
Wow.
Hey,
Yeah,
Smart one.
yeah. He, I think he did a summer or two of classes, which fast tracked him,
he just wanted to be at
and then he went
West.
straight through. We had two probably,
Wanted to be West.
and then Wes went and got my mom, my brother Garrett, Wes, myself, and then Eric, and then we call ourselves at times the Majors with Masters.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
So did you ever use that master's?
I did. So it taught me a lot because I went for public administration.
Okay.
So
Kind
I'm
of aligns with
yeah,
what
pretty
you're doing
much
now.
aligns.
Yeah.
Even my undergrad in elementary ed.
Okay.
That's what my degree is in elementary education. So
Yeah.
I always wanted to be an educator, be a teacher. Then I wanted to grow and be a principal.
Yeah.
And then I ended up having some great advice from my favorite professor in the world. Her name was MJ Fair. She told me use the world as my platform versus this classroom.
Wow.
I finished my
That's some deep
student
words.
practicum where I had my student teaching. I was student teacher for like 8 weeks. So by the end of it, the feedback from my actual teacher that was who was my mentor and then my professor in our exit meeting, she said, B, the classroom isn't for you. You got to expand it and use the world as your classroom for what you're able to offer.
Yeah.
And I've been running with it ever since. So I didn't even go take my, what's my test called?
That's CDI?
No, it's this exam to become a certified teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't even take it.
Yeah.
I didn't even take it.
You don't need it now. You're doing
So,
good.
Forget that.
she said, use the world as your platform. And I took those words
Yeah.
to heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's crazy how just one thing can change
thing.
everything.
one thing.
One person.
That's it.
One thing, one person.
And then to fast forward to the next of the day, to be able to have an impact on thousands of people in the world now, like it really stemmed from my adversity I had to grow through, and then those words, or use the world as your platform.
Wow.
So did you go from college then to the Harlem Globetrotters?
So I went from Susquehanna University to wanting to go play NBA, wanting to go play overseas, didn't happen,
Yeah.
to Penn State Harrisburg, where I was the graduate assistant coach
Okay.
and an assistant to the athletic director.
Gotcha.
Which, again, it helped align me for understanding even school apparel.
Yeah.
Like, I was helping him while he was showing me how alignment works for his different teams' apparel, the price points, the whole nine, what sport is in what season, their budgets. This just taught me so much about being athletic director, which I use towards still to this day in the company.
And that's information that you can't really access unless you're involved in the game itself.
We were so deep down into it, even event planning.
Yeah.
The whole nine. He taught me. His name was Rashawn Carlton. He's still at Penn State Harrisburg to this day as the athletic director, but just taught me so much. And again, after graduating from Penn State with my master's, I'm like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
So it was shortly after I ended up thinking about how to make my dad proud.
Yeah.
So I'm up real late in the morning, 3, 4 in the morning, and I kept looking at myself in the mirror like, how are you going to make your dad proud every day? Like, you told him you was going to make him proud every day. You gave him your word. Now it's time for, like, life.
Action.
Ain't no more school.
Yeah.
Like, it's real life now. And I was thinking about preparation. I was thinking about my dad prepared me for understanding you're going to be born, you're going to live, you're going to die. And his death, it just, like, resonated with me.
Do you think it put a lot of pressure on you with his passing?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That adversity was going to either make me or break me, which it does most.
Mm-hmm.
And I chose make me.
You did.
I made a choice.
You did.
And I understood that my last name is Majors. I know and I live for preparation, which I use through sports and then life and relationships and goals and just achieving certain things. Yeah. I'm like, Major Prep. And I'm like, my dad also taught me you got to put in the work for the results to get.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, major work equals major results. I'm like, wait, okay, I'm on to something here.
It's starting to sound good.
It's starting to sound good. Major prep, major work equals major results. And I'm like, man, my dad taught me how to prepare mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So I'm like, okay, major prep, major work equals major results. You got to prepare mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually to accomplish your lifelong goals. I said, God damn it, I got it. I said, God damn it, I got it. You got it right here. And I told my brother across the room, I'm like, bro, it's major prep. Major work equals major results. You got to prepare mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually to accomplish your lifelong goals. We're going to train athletes. We're going to provide people with apparel. We're going to motivate people all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge.
You did it.
So 12 years later, for that vision to still be growing and building and like elevating right now is beautiful. Like I really feel unshakable, unbreakable, and unstoppable in the world right now because I saw something through. I built something with my own blood, sweat, and tears, literally, and the foundation is laid. Like we took something and cleared out the land, created the blueprints,
started developing,
cleared some stuff out, people out.
Yeah.
Started to build, foundation laid, bricks.
Did you have a lot of people believe in you? Like your friends back then, were they on board or did you have to like step out and like go?
It was a little bit of both.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of both. As it started, my brothers definitely believed. Mm-hmm. They kind of had no choice too. Yeah. They had no choice. So for me, it wasn't really telling people what I was doing. Besides my brother Garrett, really for the most part, it was just I got to show him.
Yeah.
I got to show him.
Yeah, some like proof of concept.
Yeah, so let me just build step by step. Let me keep prepping. Let me keep trying to figure out how I'm about to start these 3 businesses. Because my mind was, if I start 3, one of them might pop off.
Yeah.
But if I build 3 at the same time, they all might come together. It might take a little longer. Yeah. But at least by the time I want them to be able to come together, the proof of concept will be proven for all 3, and I'll be able to blend them all together on the back end. So I always believed in preparation, delayed gratification. So that's right now. It's 12 years later, delayed gratification.
It's coming in.
It's coming. It's right here. Yeah. Like it's right here in the flesh right now on a day-to-day basis. And man, some friends believed. Some friends were like receiving our free T-shirts we were giving out 12 years ago. Yeah. To our $10 shirts to 15 to 20. Yeah. Even to this now where we have different numbers and margins. But then there was friends I know my entire life who never bought even a $10 T-shirt. Yeah. So it's like it was a little bit of both, but on the way up, it wasn't telling thousands of people what I'm doing. It's I'm going to just show you.
Right.
That's all it is.
I'm going to just show you. Every day I'm going to show you. I'm going to talk this through. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to just show you every single day, and this is what I'm on.
Yeah. So speaking of building a foundation, starting to develop your brand a little bit, you're now in real estate.
Yeah.
And you're doing some developments, right?
100%.
How did you get into that at all?
It was really one of those things that my brother Garrett, I call him a real estate mogul.
Yeah.
He ended up moving to Atlanta. I mean, we were actually doing it here in Harrisburg first. We had a few properties we were buying and holding and renting.
Okay.
Couple bad tenants, tough situations. And we were like, we done with it here. He moved to Atlanta, learned the process, got his first build all the way through, found his first property, bought, flipped, sold. It was a good win.
Nice.
Good morale. And then at first it was just him doing it all on his own. But then our mindset has always been like family growth, family wealth, family elevation.
Right.
And then a couple of years ago, he was like, yo, we got to turn this into our family business. Like everybody, invest.
Yeah.
We'll start to get our return on investment. But a lot of this goes back to our kids' funds, or our kids want to graduate from high school. Here's a couple dollars. Or when you turn 35 and 21s and 40, this money comes back to you. So we ended up creating a whole family wealth plan.
That's amazing.
And he pretty much is the face of it. He heads everything up. We go down, do some the extra investing, checking things out, some other small questions, but he's the head and leader of a family real estate company.
That's awesome. So what got him into it? Anything specific, or is just kind of his niche?
I think the same thing. Like, he was a big person, always had a big vision, big dream, big goals.
Yeah.
And that was the niche that he became like sharp with.
Yeah. So how invested into real estate are you now that you're technically like invested into it, but like actually like how much do you really pay attention to it? Like how much time do you put towards that?
Not that much time.
Not that much.
Not that much.
I mean, I can imagine just
time.
like how much you're
right.
as well.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I don't know how you even have time to do real estate.
It's like I'm his assistant. I'm his kind of assistant with houses, where he'll bounce ideas. We'll go do different stuff. He'll show me different builds, blueprints, the whole nine. I'll give him my extra little detailed stuff, ideas, and it's the same for me. So we talk pretty much every single day, but being there hand to hand, man to man on the projects, not that much. But when I'm down there, then it's like we go all in. We go all in with it. But different marketing stuff I help with. Yeah. For the most part, that's kind of my job, is help with some marketing stuff.
Oh, you got the brand.
Yeah, so I'll take care of this part. So it helps. So right now we're still working on like merging both. Okay. And it's just going to be at the same time. Yeah. As he continues to grow that family side of the real estate company, we're working on heavily the family side for the mentorship, for the apparel, for the training. So it's going to all come together.
You want to see like a big Major Prep headquarters?
Yes, that's the plan.
Yeah.
That's the plan. Like that's definitely 100% the plan, is to be able to have a big headquarters that houses our apparel. We'll be able to have workshops and events there, but a basketball training company there, all in the same location, shop
facility,
everything. Like that's one of our ultimate goals.
Go put a grocery store. Yeah.
Fitness. We have one of my friends, Andre. He does fitness training, so we'll have a little bit of everything at his headquarters.
Where would you want it?
That's the other thing we're working on.
It's probably Atlanta, isn't it?
That's what we're working on, because everybody has children. They're different lives, so we're trying to. Not trying, but we're working it to the point where it's convenient for everybody.
Right.
Okay.
And it might not be a ultimate corporate it's not in our next 3 years, but our next 10. Yeah. Once everybody's children are a little bit older and they can move around and their foundations are set and we have the capital raised and the full blueprint locked in and everything is just flowing as planned as we're preparing for, then we're not sure where, but somewhere nice and warm every day, no matter what.
Keywords.
Good weather all year long. So, but it's coming.
So you guys don't own any property in Harrisburg right now?
No property in Harrisburg.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Yeah, no property in Harrisburg.
I love it.
So what made him go with new construction? Do you know? Like, out of everything, like he could have just, the family could have just bought other rental properties or gone into wholesaling or whatever the case may be. But like, why new construction?
You know what? I'm not ultimately sure. But he's a guy who's just like loves the process.
Mm-hmm.
He loves to rebuild something from the ground up.
Yeah.
So the way we all had to rebuild ourselves, I think maybe it's just my perception on him, but that was his way of rebuilding to himself from our dad passing away.
Okay.
Again, I'm not sure, but I assume
it makes sense. I mean,
this was a way for him to rebuild.
Right, you kind of had the same mindset with Major Prep, so that might be how he really just dealt with it.
Yeah, he doesn't do interviews. He doesn't really talk much.
Yeah.
So just from I'm going to have to ask him that.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to ask him.
Let us know.
I'm going to have to ask him. But my assumption is that that was his way of rebuilding. Because he was probably the most connected to my dad. I mean, he was my dad.
Yeah.
In so many ways. But I'm my dad, like, extroverted wise. I'm my dad's, like, outgoing person, but he's my dad more of as introverted.
Okay.
That's pretty cool how you guys have, like, separate.
We all have so many different connections of my dad. I might be, like, the remix of everybody and him.
Yeah.
But, I think I might be his way. I might have to ask him that for sure.
Yeah. Awesome.
Wow.
Well, I also want to talk about, because every time I'm on Facebook, I be seeing a new post. Bryan Majors did this. Bryan Majors did that. Yo, it be hyping me up. So, like, I saw recently, are you doing, like, a commercial with the Major Prep Apparel or something? Like, what's going on? And then I heard something about, like, a movie or...
Yes,
like,
it's so many moving pieces right now.
Yeah.
But our marketing is top tier.
Mm-hmm.
Like, our marketing, we don't play about marketing right now. It's every day people want to see something about Major Prep.
Yeah.
Every single day. If it's a win, a lesson, they're going to see it. Like, it's going to be inevitable.
Mm-hmm. Do you do all the posts yourself? Or do you have like a...
Yeah, I have somebody who helps me with the post.
Okay.
They do a lot of content creating for me. But then we make sure it's out there every single day.
Yeah.
Every single day. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're going to see Major Prep somewhere on LinkedIn, TikTok, Facebook, and every social media platform. They're going to be seeing something about Major Prep regardless.
I know, I've been seeing the ads.
Yeah,
the ads been popping up on my
ads
Instagram
are showing up, and I think the algorithms now are just falling in love with our consistency of posting too.
Nice.
Which is bringing more and more eyes to the brand.
Yeah. Are you seeing an increase in revenue recently?
Increase in revenue along with it.
That's awesome.
So it's good though, because I think people are able to go see one of the ads and then go see as much content that's out and available.
Yeah.
So there's only going to be a matter of time before you scroll 2 or 3 times, something's going to stick out to you that resonates with you.
Yeah.
If it's from my personal page, my educational consulting professional development page, or the apparel page, or the basketball page.
Right.
They all have a connection to intertwine all of them. Mm-hmm. But every single page, it's not going to take you more than 2 scrolls. That something's going to resonate with you.
Yeah.
So you might not buy immediately, but that feel, that experience, that first thought is going to resonate, that you're going to end up saying something that triggers you to want to buy and be a supporter and be a part of the Major Prep culture somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you believe in the meaning enough, honestly, prices are kind of out the window at that point. You're like, this is something that I could stand for. I feel proud wearing. Other people in the community, they already know what it is as well. So it's like, it's your own little culture. It's your own little gang.
Really. It really is. And it's the beautiful part of the evolutions of almost anything.
Yeah.
It's, okay, we're going to start this brand because the brand is most familiar to even the buyer. Oh, what brand is that? What brand is that? Mm-hmm. So our brand was solid. Like the first 4 years, it was like, this is the brand. And then it became like a lifestyle after the foundation was kind of laid and people understand what Major Prep is about, just enough.
Yeah.
To now we transition into, this is our lifestyle.
Yeah.
So this resonates with the doctor, with the lawyer, with the teacher, with the kid, with the real estate person, whatever the case may be, the content creators.
There's something, some way that they can connect.
Some way that if you're preparing for a goal, this brand transitions to this lifestyle resonates with you.
Yeah.
To our current last 4 years, we've been letting people know this has turned into a culture. Yeah. So this was the plan 12 years ago, but now it's like full-blown people understand, like, this is really a culture. Like I have friends who I've trained in basketball, and they were like some of the first people to ever wear Major Prep. Now I'm training their kids.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's insane.
So when we're talking about a culture, it's like literally.
It's generations now.
Yeah. So that's the beauty of it right now, I think.
No, that's real, because I remember the one time I was wearing my Major Prep shirt out in public, and I think I was just like walking through Target, whatnot.
Wow.
Someone just yelled it out. They're like, Major Prep.
Major Prep. Yeah. That's
I was like, yo,
that's what I mean. Like, it's like, really a culture.
That's how I knew you were getting big.
It's like, really a culture.
He's doing something.
And it's crazy because I never heard nobody tell me that story of they saw you.
Yeah.
But it went from the brand to the lifestyle to the culture that when somebody sees somebody else in Major Prep, they think or believe that person preparing for something, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know you're on something.
They're
you
on
wanted
a
something. Like, you want a mission. Like, at least they focus.
It's like you see somebody
person.
with that shirt, it's like, you know they have a good mindset on them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Whether it's like athletics,
whatever it is, they working towards something.
Yeah.
They're
like, I got to be their friend.
Yeah. I mean, it's to a point where, I mean, I had two guys who were in sheets. One from uptown Harrisburg, one from the south side of Harrisburg. Both had on Major Prep in sheets. Didn't know each other from a can of paint. Took a picture together, sent it to me.
No way.
They like, yo, I always seen him, but I never knew him. We both had Major Prep, made eye contact, checked the other outfits out.
You connected.
And we make that connection.
Yeah.
It was people who I've seen guys and women end up dating
because of your brand.
That's crazy.
This is a culture.
No way.
100%. This is turned into a
You don't see
culture.
people wearing Adidas and Adidas, taking photos together randomly.
Yeah,
Like,
they don't really have like a deeper meaning behind them.
They don't.
As you mentioned, like Nike is just do it.
Just do it.
Get out there, do your thing.
Yeah.
But there's like, it doesn't really go deeper than that.
Yeah.
Maybe within their corporation they have their own.
Yeah.
Whatever it might be.
And it also happens where they grew so massive that their foundational morals and values got overshadowed to the public eye now, where their foundation has been phenomenal. Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, Reebok, Champion. I mean,
they wouldn't be here today.
They wouldn't be here today. Like their foundation
is like, what is their foundation? Because we don't even know.
Right.
So that's where we come into play. Of we haven't seen Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, Reebok, Champion, X, Y, and Z, Jordan brand. Well, more so the Jordan brand, but the other brands build from the ground up.
Yeah.
By the time we caught on to those brands, they were already multi-millionaire, multi-global. So now people are seeing firsthand the Major Prep brand get built.
That's
literally
amazing.
Every single day.
Right before our
eyes.
That's crazy.
That's the beauty of the process right now.
Yeah.
And I had to understand that the ultimate benefits of Major Prep, I might not be even the person who reaps. But I'm sowing every day. I'm watering every day that
Who would reap? Your kids?
Other generations. Next generations. Like there's players who have trained when they was in high school who now are head coaches of high school teams, who now are top trainers at different places, who now have their own clothing brands, who now are writing their own books. So I just learned that when you're a leader, you got to lead the way, all the way.
Yeah.
But you might not reap all the benefits.
But it's all about the impact you leave.
It's all about the impact.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Next is nothing different. Just keep growing. That's it. That's it. We're staying focused on our dreams and our goals, our corporate companies.
Yeah.
Our different locations that we're going to be partnering with soon. Remaining humble along the way.
Yeah, staying focused.
Staying focused, remaining humble, so that people we come across, they always have that genuine feel and emotion when they come across or see the brand. So they resonate with that as well. And then keep working to obtain more, to achieve more, to impact more people across the world. So that's the only thing that's next. People ask, well, what's next? What you got coming up? And it's, I always say, in that moment, ain't nothing changing.
Yeah.
We just growing.
Yeah.
This is it.
Now,
this is it.
I do want to dive deep. If you're cool, so like we're a business podcast. We're real estate entrepreneurship. So we also talk about finances and like what you can do. So like I know it's gonna be crazy in the future. Like we're gonna have you back on.
Yeah, for sure.
But like right now, like what would you say?
I know where you're going with this. I don't even want to start right now. I want to start from the beginning.
Okay,
So,
go ahead. Yeah.
Back then, I mean, we didn't have the capabilities or the software to do like a 3-day design and then just have it made once it's already ordered, like a drop shipping scenario. So obviously, you probably ordered a lot of your inventory. Like, how much money, how much capital did you have saved up at the time?
Yeah.
How many orders were you making? How much were these orders?
We read each other's minds.
Man, that was good pickup too. That was a really good pickup.
We've been doing this.
Yeah.
I've known her my whole life.
Yeah, but really good question, man. I started with my last, what was it, $1,500 on my bank account.
Really?
Wow.
Cleared it out.
So I'm going all in.
Going all in. Literally cleared it out. Last $1,500 I had from after graduation, and I bought T-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
I still have the same T-shirt that I still have it to this day.
You have it framed or something?
I don't have a frame.
It better be framed.
Yeah. It's gonna have to.
You have
to.
Yeah.
Put it up in the warehouse.
And it's crazy because when I go different workshops, I always pull it out, show people that ultimate connection from the very first shirt to currently what we're doing for teams X, Y, and Z.
I'd love to see the evolution of what you started
it's
out
crazy.
with.
It's crazy.
Cool.
It's crazy.
That'd be super dope.
But we started with those, and I was giving away free T-shirts.
Yeah. So that's a $1,500 is all I got.
Giving them away. Anybody I knew.
Where were you buying these shirts at?
Gildan.com.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And were they making them too? Like with your
They weren't making them. I actually went to the same. Sometimes I'll still do printing from locally.
Yeah.
From La Perla.
Yeah.
Took my first shirts to her. No, I actually bought my first shirts from, what was the website? Oh man.
Was it like a Vista print or something?
It was Vista Print.
No.
It was Vista Print.
That's crazy.
It was Vista Print. I had T-shirts, business cards from Vista Print.
Wow.
I ran through those first T-shirts. Carmen from La Perla. They ended up printing my next batch, and the first batch I gave away. I'm like, wait, I just lost all that money. I don't have any of it on the return.
Yeah. That shows how much you just believed in the idea.
I just believed in the idea.
You're like, I don't even care about the money.
I didn't even know.
Yeah.
And that's why I started selling $10 T-shirts.
You start making some money.
Just like figuring out, but I'm like, wait, it's still like a $3 profit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't see any. I got to return. I got to pay her, and then I got to like reinvest to get more.
Right.
So for years it was $10 T-shirts, then it was $15 T-shirts, and it was $20. To now we have our one signature shirt that's $25, but everything else is probably about $40 because just the way production and manufacturing and everything is now.
You got the process.
We got the process and the inflation.
Yeah.
But we have that one signature shirt that's still always going to be that $25 amount for the person who isn't able to. They might be spending their last. Who knows?
Yeah.
But we want something that at all times somebody can be able to be a part of the culture somehow, some way.
Yeah.
If it's their last, if it's their $25 T-shirt, who cares?
You got hats too, though.
Hats, you have everything.
Like,
Socks.
Yeah.
You got socks now?
Your whole
We have
wardrobe.
socks, everything.
Get it there.
You got them on?
Everything. No, actually, I had one of my friends' socks on today. But the sneakers, I mean, we have everything.
Got the necklace?
Everything.
Come on now.
Everything.
You sell that or is that personal?
This was a personal one. This was a personal one. But at this point, we have everything. Keychains, necklace. I mean, we have everything. You name it, we have it. Cup holsters, everything. Wallets.
You have mugs?
Mugs. Everything.
That's crazy.
You literally turned into a whole marketing and manufacturing company right this
I
point.
could see like a whole shop like walking in.
All Major Prep.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. And we're able to do that for other companies too, though. Like we're this year we'll be rolling out like our for real marketing and advertising products for other companies as well.
And making their
And making
T-shirts and their
making their
stuff.
stuff for 'em.
Wow. So that's a whole nother
That's
business.
a whole other aspect.
Wow.
It's a whole other aspect.
So at what point in building your company did you finally start generating like enough income to then not have to worry about like having a job?
Oh yeah. Did you have a job during
I
this?
worked for the Boys and Girls Club as the unit director for the John Harris location. John and Hall location.
Okay.
Southside Harrisburg. It was part-time but full-time. I only worked like 4 or 5 hours a day. Because it was an after-school program or a summer program. So it was part-time, full-time-ish.
Yeah.
And one of my mentors there, partners there, who was another unit director, he told me the same thing my college professor told me. Be the same for you. You about to outgrow this.
Yeah. They all saw your vision.
Yeah. It's crazy
about
what
to
people
outgrow it.
believe in you
Yeah.
before you believe in yourself.
Yep. So the brand was already being built. And end of that summer of a complete full year, our director's meeting, he ended up coming back to my office and saying, B, you got to go. You have to go. If you don't go now, it ain't gonna happen. You got to go. And 2 weeks later, I turned in my 2-week notice.
Yeah.
And I haven't had a full-time job ever since. That was my only full-time job in my life.
Wow. That's crazy.
The only one, and it was like full-time, part-time.
Yeah.
So I never had a real full-time job in my life.
Yeah.
So I've always bet on myself, and
you came out on top.
And we're still growing.
Yeah, you're still growing.
Still growing.
That's awesome.
So it's just at a good point of a good slow scale.
Yeah.
Not trying to miss too many steps. And right now we see it all the way through now. Like 12 years later, people quit in business after the first 2 years.
Oh yeah.
If not sooner at these points.
Yeah.
Especially with the microwave, I call it the microwave world we live in. You see so many people's highlights, so many people winning so fast that as you're building, you might not be winning like you see somebody else winning. That makes you vulnerable, makes you jealous, it makes you envious, it makes you feel as though you might not be able to do something. But we so deep in that.
It comes back to that delayed gratification.
Delayed gratification.
Yeah. It's like, sure, you might not hit it off within the first 6 months, but if you're committed to it, then who cares?
I will give the gem of probably my biggest secret was reverse engineering.
What do you mean by
reverse
that?
engineering. So when we started, again, the only competition we saw was Nike.
Right.
Yeah.
So and it was so great though, because in 2006 when I did my senior paper for the School of Business and Industry program that I was in high school, my senior paper was on Nike. I wrote a 42-page outline of Nike. So I knew the ins and outs of Nike in 2006.
Wow.
The ins and outs. Like everything.
So you already knew where to start.
I already knew where to start. So by the time they fast forward to the time I had to go start my businesses, it was already a foundation laid mentally.
Do you think you use Nike kind of as like your mentor?
Yeah, Phil Knight's my uncle.
Yeah.
He don't even know it, but he's my uncle. That's Uncle Phil to me. It's literally Uncle Phil. And that's the other part about it too, though, is I have so many mentors that they don't even know I'm connected to them.
Yeah.
They have
you feel
no
so
clue.
connected to them just from watching them for so long.
Connected. And I've done my research on them though.
Yeah.
So I'm not watching them through how much money they have. I'm watching their process and
what was their purpose?
What was their purpose?
How they get started?
How did you grow through it? What was the adversity that you hit?
Right.
How did you pivot when that happened?
Yeah.
How did you have the persistence and resilience to keep going when you missed certain big time family events and holidays?
Yeah.
Like that's what I had to study and learn, where now I miss my nieces and nephews walking. I miss their birthday parties. I miss family events. But I had to learn like that's a part of the process of working towards what I'm working towards.
Right.
I feel like that's a good key to actually get to
That's
the audience.
a great key.
So it's like if you're using somebody as like a mentor, let's say that they have a bigger brand than you, but you're along the same lines, make sure you dig. Don't look at it like surface level, right? Because behind the scenes, you never know who somebody truly is.
Right.
So it's like find whatever research you can. I mean, dig deep on that person.
Yeah.
Make sure that their values align with kind of what
100%.
you're at. And then from there, obviously, use them as a mentor.
Yeah.
They've already succeeded, then just use the work that they've already put in.
That's it. And make your own adjustments.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
by the time I actually meet Phil Knights, Les Browns, Eric Thomases, Jay-Z's, like when I meet these people, the resignation and connection is going to be so high instantly.
Like that chemistry is already there.
It's already there.
Yeah.
It's already there.
They're gonna start telling you a story or something. You'll be like, "Oh, I already know
that." Like it's so tied in deeper than they already even realize at this point that
Yeah.
by the time these conversations happen, these connections happen in real life, it's gonna be like we knew each other forever.
How long do you think until this happens?
It's getting closer and closer.
Yeah.
Do you have a goal?
Not ultimately yet.
Okay.
I'm right
That's
now
not
just
something that I would really
organic.
put as a goal either, because it's like it's really based off their schedule. It's not something you have full control of.
And I feel like it's going to be super organic at this point.
Yeah.
The way things are growing right now, when you work towards a goal like relentlessly, like different doors are going to open in due time.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of how we got here now.
Yeah, like
It's like we started with just a small little wholesaling company in my ex-girlfriend's basement.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
hey, we've grown. I mean, we do now wholesales, innovations,
Yeah.
apps. We started building our rental portfolio. We got commercial properties now. We got our office. We got podcasts. And we're talking to you.
you grow and it just grows and you just pursue it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just keep pursuing it and different doors open and different connections are going to organically happen.
Exactly.
And then from there, it's just, you just keep stay focused, remain humble, keep working. I keep going back to it because that's
keep working.
what it is. And I mean, just this past weekend, I met somebody who's super connected to so many of my mentors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like in some way.
So you're like one phone call away.
The degrees of separation are closing in.
Yeah, we be thinking like that. Like for people we know, we're like, oh shoot, we're just one phone call away from this person. Yeah. Like it's crazy, you know?
The degrees of separation are literally closing in.
Yeah.
But I love how slowly they closing, because by the time those connections are there, like we'll be fully prepared as well.
Mm-hmm. You got Nike shaking in their boots right now.
And it's so crazy.
Watching this episode.
It's so crazy is that I see them as competition, but not really.
Still a mentor at the end of the day.
Yeah, you're a mentor where it's
not like you're ever going to take Nike out of business.
Never. They're happen. They built so strong and solid. It doesn't matter who's coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Nike is untouchable at the end of the day. But
y'all are gonna start signing athletes.
Yeah, it's all coming. It's all in our plans for the next 3 years to really be able to sign NIL deals for big time athletes.
Are you guys gonna do like, of course, basketball, but like football, boxing,
every single sport,
everything,
every single sport.
That's awesome.
Every single sport, everything.
Yeah. Do you have your eyes on anybody specific yet? I don't know if you want to call them out or not.
Yeah,
I was wondering
because
I know a lot of local athletes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I feel like I know.
There's some local athletes who I've got to actually like help prepare.
Yeah.
That we have a direct connection with. Mm-hmm. Being from Harrisburg, it's important to me that, especially at this point, like instead of going outside first, to start within.
Yeah. That's what we got.
Because, and I say that because there were so many athletes on our front end who were a part of the brand. And I see how connected they are with it till this day.
Yeah.
It's not even like it's former athletes.
Yeah.
So, and the brand wasn't even as big as it is then now.
Yeah.
So by the time these current athletes are rising and elevating through life, like I want them to be able to say, yeah, I got my NIL deal from Major Prep.
Yeah.
And then people go back and look and see what Major Prep is, and they'll see the longevity of the work and the body of work and what it stands for. Now it's like we can start to expand again outwards. But every single sport, every single athlete, we love starting with young athletes, because not everybody's going to be a pro.
Yeah.
But everybody's going to become an adult eventually.
Right.
They're going to become a part of the culture. You're still going to be working and preparing for a goal, which is what the culture is about now. And you want to be connected with everybody in some shape or form, regardless. So
that's amazing.
That's going to be a big part as that's upcoming. But yeah,
I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, that's going to be real nice. It's going to be really, really nice. Like it's going to be really powerful. We come back with just different celebrity games with all NIL athletes. So it's a lot brewing up in these next 10 years that it's going to be beautiful to watch and see unfold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool that you're still looking that far out as well.
Yeah.
It's not a year, a monthly, a yearly. It's a decades kind of game.
It's decades.
Yeah.
And being in it this long, like, that's just where the mindset goes. It's like, I've thought about it actually. So 11 has been my jersey number since I was a kid playing sports. And last year being the 11th year, but also I always loved number 11 because it was always 1 up on 10. Yeah. It's 10 commandments. Usually when you stretch or working out, you do 10 reps or something. And I was like, I always want to be 1 up. Just 1 up on the average.
Yeah.
I had a cousin who played basketball. He was number 11. My older brother Garrett wore number 11 in basketball. So 11 just resonates with me pretty well. And then last year was year 11.
Wow.
I was like, man, I have to reflect almost every day on 11 years.
Yeah.
So now I just
11 years worth of notebooks.
11 years. So I'm just like, I know what that looks like. I know what it looks like. I've worked through it. I've grew something where it's generated over $1 million and probably $2 or $3 million in 11 years.
Yeah.
Like not net, but grossed easily.
Yeah. It's still impressive by any means.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Through the ups and downs of it, even learning through the money. Like learning money was different for me.
Yeah.
Nobody taught me how to manage money.
They don't teach you at school. Yeah.
So I blew through so much money. And at this point, it's a blow through, but for me, it was like university still. It was like life
It's a
university.
learning experience.
The learning
Right.
experience. It was lessons. So now we're able to make different investments and understand you got to wait for the ROI.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, if you're ever looking to invest, we got properties we could
yeah.
For sure.
just throw it
Yeah.
out there.
100%. Because we're actually looking for a location probably pretty soon in the Harrisburg area too.
Really?
So we'll have to definitely talk about that for sure.
That'd be
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah.
Probably works on that.
Yeah, because we're still looking at building upon Harrisburg being foundation.
Yeah.
Like maybe just mini warehouse-ish,
Mm-hmm.
regardless, fulfillment center type time.
Right.
But yeah.
I already got something in my
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
That's
we
why-
got something in the
that's why I was just
pipeline.
looking at you.
Yeah. So we work. We got a lot of plans that we're still foundation, but
Yeah.
home is home.
Right.
Yeah.
Home is home.
Nah, I hate whenever I hear, not I hate it, but like I understand where they're coming from. Whenever it's like one of my buddies goes off to college and even within Pennsylvania, but like outside of Harrisburg, they come back to me, man, I hate Harrisburg. I'm just like, how? It's like, you grew up here. Like, this is home. Like, do you not have that home feeling with Harrisburg?
Yeah.
I know this is like outside the audience too. Half y'all aren't from Harrisburg.
Right.
But like, it's a real thing.
Everybody's hometown.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a home though.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah. I don't know. I run into that a lot actually. Where it's
Yeah.
like friends that come back from college, they're like, man, I'm tired of being here. I'm like, dude, like I built a life out of Harrisburg.
Right.
My investments are here. Don't talk shit on Harrisburg.
Yeah. Even a lot of entrepreneurs and friends that I know, they got a foundation at their home.
Yeah.
They don't ultimately live there right now, but they got a foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They got a property there, or a storefront there, or whatever the case may be.
Like Midtown Juice Lab. You've been there before?
Yeah.
That's the place.
I still gotta check that out.
Yeah. Favorite place right
Mhm.
there. Yeah. Y'all gotta check that out.
Yeah, Midtown's good. They're real good. I love their service.
Mm-hmm.
I love they product as well too. But yeah, it's a home. It's home. I won't be here personally forever, but the home.
South at some point.
Yeah, probably get down south. Yeah, somewhere down south.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, as we keep growing. But home, and I feel like it's one of them places where they say you can make any hometown, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah.
So to survive 12 years here with family, friends,
Still growing as much
ex-friends,
as
whatever
you
the case
have.
may be, and then be able to grow this much with like continued scale every single year,
Yeah.
it's unheard of.
Yeah.
Now, what would you say to like the audience, someone new trying to get into business, get their mindset right, or whatever the case may be within like the entrepreneurial business? Like, what advice do you have for them?
Oh, first off, retraining for triumph.
Shout out.
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah, we should have the book
That's
right
it.
here,
Like
man.
that's first and foremost.
Yeah, we'll make
They-
sure to have all that in the description.
Great. That's perfect. Yeah, that book like at least helps prepare your mind for what you even think you want to pursue.
Yeah.
Like it helps you just really gather your thoughts and understanding.
Kind of gives you like a clear vision.
It gives you a clear vision.
Yeah.
Like it's literally like a life blueprint plan for the person who reads through that book and writes down their answers.
Yeah.
Like it's literally a life blueprint.
So if you were in school, you graduated, you don't know what to do with life, just buy the book.
Just buy the book.
buy the
It
book.
literally is going to give you everything. I was a college professor, adjunct professor at my old university, Stefanie University, for 2 years, and even my college students are like, "Yo, I wish I'd have had this book in high school.
Yeah.
Wow.
Probably wouldn't even came to college.
Yeah.
My
What's
vision is so clear."
That's another question I'd like to get into is, no, sorry, did you have any more to add to that?
Nah, it was good.
Okay. I was going to say, do you think, like, if you were to give somebody advice now, are you going to tell them to go to college or not? Because your whole family did. And if they have some kind of entrepreneurial spirit inside of them, are you going to recommend they don't go to college, or are you going to recommend they do?
It depends.
Yeah?
It depends.
Okay.
Like, because you can start entrepreneurship early,
Of course.
and you start your, I always say 20 years to become an overnight success. You start that time on that 20
Yeah.
right away. And when you're that young, I feel like customers are more entitled to support you
True. Yeah.
because you're young, you got a vision, you got a focus,
You got
you're
some
working
ambition
on building
behind
your
you.
brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can probably still stay at home.
Yeah.
You can just still have so many different unique advantages
Right.
that you might not have to go to college.
True.
You can go to YouTube University and go learn all the education you want.
That's what
You
we
can
did.
build your own resume from what you learn and the conversation and your blueprint or your business plan.
Yeah.
I feel like college is not for everybody at this point. I mean, it never was.
Right.
That's what we were taught. That's where what was pushed on us. That was what we knew we had to do. That was our family standard, but every family is different.
Yeah, it's true.
Especially even right now, like there's so much education that you can learn through social media, even.
Yeah.
Not even just Google or Siri. Like you can literally go through TikTok University at this point and learn anything.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't push college on anyone, but I push finding your purpose to see that if college is for you or necessary, go. If not, don't.
Especially if you got like some kind of full ride or like something like that. It's like, at least go experiment. See if that's a path that you might want to explore.
Yeah.
If it's not for you, it's not for you.
Not for you.
Yeah. That's what I did. I went for 1 year.
Right.
I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here.
When I need it. Like,
dropped out too.
It's like it was ultimately the point.
Yeah.
A lot of people come out of it with so much debt that they working to pay off debt for years of their life.
Yeah, it's sad.
For years. And there's no way around that debt.
No, not at all.
So
it's tragic. I mean,
Yeah.
it's honestly, like you said, just find your purpose and use your tactical steps. Figure out, read the book, and
your purpose is going to wake you up every
It's going to
morning.
wake you up.
eventually you'll conquer that debt.
Right.
Then it'll be profit after that.
Yeah, but I mean, you find that purpose, you can turn it into your passion and your profit.
Yeah.
I call them purpose, passion, and profit. So you find those three together,
3 P's.
3 P's, you'll learn how to get to that profit one way or another. Like you'll learn, like the urge of you will make you want to learn. Like even what you guys are doing, like it's going to continue to be profitable because you guys are in some that you guys are in within your purpose and some you guys are passionate about. That profit's only going to be another part of it.
No, absolutely.
It's not chasing the
And
profit.
it's
I say
forever
profit
expanding.
last.
Like, there's different.
It's all about purpose.
Yeah, there's different strategies that are still being involved in real estate, like being created out thin blue air.
Yeah.
So it's like constantly, once again, still learning. Still, as long as you still have that fire, that passion, keep going. It's like this is a never-ending game.
It's never ending.
No.
Like the game of life never ends till it's over.
Yeah.
Right.
So within that time, it's
And if
Play
you're
to
still
win.
here,
You're still
God's
here.
not done with you yet.
he ain't done with you.
Yeah. Now, I do want to talk about, number one, training for Triumph in regards to books. But what would you say your next top 3 is, like, go to? Because I've been into reading a lot.
Books, okay.
Yeah. And I'm sure, like, some people want to take away some books for, like, education purposes. So what's your, like, top 3?
So top 3 book of all time?
Yeah.
Of all time, my very favorite book, of course, I would say personally, selfishly, Training for Triumph.
Yeah.
But then it goes to a book called The Pact.
The Pact.
The Pact. It was a book that I read when I was a senior in high school. What's this author's name? Hill Harper.
Okay.
Dr. Hill Harper right now, but he wrote a book called The Pact. It was about him and 3 other friends who all made a pact to become doctors. So they all went through their different processes, journeys, but eventually they all became doctors. But they all stuck to their pact
Okay.
of giving each other their word. No matter what happens, no matter what you got to go through, or no matter what you got to grow through, you're going to get your doctorate degree.
No matter what.
No
They look
matter
at each other
what.
as kind of like accountability partners.
Accountability partners. Kind of how we did with that exercise and that experiment.
Yeah, exactly.
They became each other's accountability team. So me and my brothers, we made those same thing. We all going to graduate with our masters.
Wow.
So that was the most probably impactful book of my life. So between Trade for Triumph, The Pact, and I will say this one's good. It's a tie between T.D. Jakes' Soar
Okay.
and Steve Harvey Jump.
I'm going to have to get them. Yeah, for sure.
Tie between
I already
those two.
got Training for Triumph. Yeah.
Those two get a hard tie in my
I have to get
eyes.
those. Yeah.
I read those both back to back. I probably read them both like 2 or 3 times.
Wow.
Soar and Jump. Critical times
Yeah.
where, again, a couple years in business, thinking I'm supposed to be way farther than I already was, realizing some family and friends who I would do anything for still never bought a $10 T-shirt. And you just go through them emotions of people who you thought might be really big supportive of your vision, don't support. But then you have to learn, like, there's a world of 8 billion people in this world. So it's not even your hometown. Don't worry about things that you can't control, the people who don't believe in you. So it went from don't focus on those who don't support you, but focus on those who do.
Yeah.
and focus on people who you want to have support you. So since then too, those 2 books helped me really understand that. And then since then, it was just more and more growth.
Yeah. Do you read like frequently too? Or
now I listen to more podcasts.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
I listen to audiobooks.
Yeah.
It's not often I really get to sit down. I would buy an audiobook all day, every day.
Yeah.
I listen to audiobooks. I listen to pretty much podcasts or audiobooks every day except when I'm in the gym. I got to put on something that gets
Some music.
ready to go
Yeah.
in the gym. But day to day outside of that, driving, it's audiobooks, it's podcasts, it's learning. 'Cause I'm on the move so much.
Right.
That's hard to sit down for me, and read. But audiobooks for me,
Game changer.
Podcast, game changer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of getting in the gym and whatnot, we have a real estate basketball meetup that we do.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
We try to do it like every quarter.
Okay.
I think we skipped last quarter though.
Yeah.
But that's something you'll definitely have to attend.
Yeah.
Actually, the guy who hosts it, he's coming on our podcast in 2 days.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wednesday, so we'll try to get a date for
We're
you.
out in Lebanon.
Okay.
Yeah, so not too far away. It's like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
But that'd be awesome if you could pop out.
Yeah, let me know.
Yeah, bring some friends.
Yeah, I got a couple
Anyone
friends
wants
who
to
probably
go?
still local and could probably pop out for it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Sean Lewis.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can probably make that work.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, man, we truly appreciate you hopping on.
My
This
pleasure.
has been
My
amazing, being able to dive into your story. And if you guys want to hear or connect with Bryan more, we'll have his information down below. If
Buy
you guys
that book.
want to get that book, you guys got to get that book for sure. Get your mindset right. We'll have that down below as well.
Check out his
everything.
Check out the shop. He's got literally everything.
Yeah.
Everything to a T.
Everything.
There's no other way to explain
sure.
it. I'm not going through the laundry
For
list.
sure.
Yeah. But with that being said, make sure y'all stay focused, remain humble, keep working, keep working, keep working. We'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you guys for having me too.
Peace.